Hello, my name is Amy Swowu, and in this video I will be giving a basic introduction to Hotglue, which is a very simple tool for making your own websites or your own digital scrapbooks. Why I love Hotglue is because it's really simple. As the name suggests, you literally stick and you glue things on the website, so you don't need any programming skills. It's also made by a former Pizwat alumni, so it's not copyright owned. It's open source, and it's also free to use. On top of that, the learning curve is really short, and you can do so much more than any other website that I've used before in terms of like creative styling. You don't have to work according to any grid that's pre-made. It's very kind of like structureless, which is the reason why I call it a digital scrapbook, because you can really go wild with it. So I'll just show you this video because it's quite entertaining and they give a bit more information.
Hotglue is a content manipulation system. It lets you make collages directly in the browser window. A web page doesn't have to look like a newspaper. With Hotglue you can make it look your way and change it at any moment. Play with the elements. Shuffle your elements to your own perfect composition, stretch, shrink, change color, edit text, create patterns. All with no experience. Hotglue features freehand composition, transparent interfaces, simplistic setup. Hotglue is free and open source. A web page created with Hotglue consists of different floating elements. Elements can be anything: text, pictures, videos, and small programs, so even worms and JavaScripts can be included on your web page. Hotglue is not only a great tool for creative people, but also for children, startups, scientists.
It works just like making a collage.
So you can drag things around and drop them anywhere you like.
Just start clicking. You learn Hotglue by using and playing with it.
It's so easy to install it.
I can even include small scripts to extend functionality.
Anybody who wants his or her website to stand out can use Hotglue.
Hotglue is amazing indeed. So I'll just continue by showing some other websites that have been made using this tool. This one is made by a student from P2 last year for the mending course. And as you can see, it is really playful. She's basically hand-drawn some notes and then scanned them and then uploaded them. Also with type, but I'm assuming these are images. And you can just add layers of texture and frames, and it doesn't follow any kind of grid that you normally see in other sites like Tumblr or Cargo or any of these other platforms, CMS platforms. This is another site from P2 last year as well. Of all this person's research, I'll just shrink it down a little bit so you can see more of it. Research, production process, and so similar to the previous one, these websites have just put everything on one place, but you can also create different pages, which I will show you in this tutorial. Oh yeah, all this one. So this one is another student who also did P2 last year, and this person has created links for each of their pages, and also to go back. So again, from P2 last year, this person has made everything on one page. This is from a 4th year student who graduated, I guess 2 years ago or last year. I'm not sure. I don't remember anymore. And they have created this beautiful GIF animation that goes through the website. And they have also created links for each of her projects. Wow, big image. This is my own website. It's an old website where I made a kind of portfolio website, which you can also do. So Hotglue, you can make any kind of website. You can make it for your as a journal, as a kind of process website, but you can also make a portfolio website, which is what people or students who have used Hotglue before tend to do afterwards, because you can easily set up your artist or design website quite easily. So this was my old website for a long time, but I also used it as a playing. Oh, here and here. This is a course I taught some years ago called hacking. But I also used this site as a kind of experimental space where I just played around with GIFs and all the different potentials of what Hotglue could offer. And I hid all these little secret things in these little GIFs, and these are all the kind of functionalities that you can work with. I don't even remember where I hid most of the things. Anyway. So, as you can see, you can be really, really playful with it, and this is quite embarrassing, showing you all my secrets. And lastly, this is a project website which I made for myself for a research project I did. I just documented the different things that I had done over 5 years of this research, so workshops and experiments and projects and things like that. But basically, I just use this entire page for the work itself. So it's not this site isn't broken into many sites, but just link them to various different places on this page. So if I zoom in, you can see that it's all there. But yeah, so I guess we should get started. But before I do that, sorry, I have to tell you one more thing. So this is, if we go back to the home page here, to your right hand side you will see this tab, and here is where you can register to get your own home page, and it's really easy. So you just click this button here, click, and then you add your name, your username. Let's see if I just do that. And then this name will basically be your URL. So I don't know, you can type in Amy is tired and it's Friday, for example. And then you put your password, la la la, and then you put it here again. Yeah, I know it doesn't match, whatever. Oh, shit. Anyway, put your email there. Click the right tool, obviously it's this one. Click I agree with terms and conditions, and you click here, register. And once you register, it will send an activation code to this email that you've put here. And then you have to go to your email account, open that email, click the activation link, and then you should get to an empty site like this one, where there is like this instruction thing, and then you click it away. I've already registered one for us, so I didn't, unfortunately you didn't see that process, but it's pretty simple and straightforward. So yeah, here I go. So here is an empty page, and as you can see, it is just a regular. So this is a viewing URL. But if you click edit, this is when it's in edit mode. And so now I have to find the password and username. Give me a second. So sorry. I saved it somewhere. And now I have to look for it. Okay, so we're in. Oh, there you go. So when you register here and then you get a confirmation email, you will get to this space here. This is the instructions that I was talking about. And then when you click that, it goes away. So now we can begin. So basically, there are two important things that you should remember when you get here. One click and you get this menu button. And then if you hover over it, it tells you what it is. So this button is basically, let me zoom that in for you, add a new text object. This one is to upload a file. This one is to embed another web page. This one is to embed a YouTube or Vimeo video. So I will walk through each of these buttons in this tutorial later on, but I just want to show you another important menu, which is you can get it up by clicking two times. So one time is you get this one. This is the basic one. And then when you click twice, you get this more advanced one. So again, if you hover over it, you can see what it does. This one is to change page title, change page URL, to make this particular page a start page, to change the background color, to create a new page, delete page, upload a background image, adjust background image selection. This is an index of all the pages that you make. This is to go back to different versions of the sites you've made. So this is a really important button, because in Hotglue there is no such thing as Apple Z. There is no undo button. So this is why this becomes important. There's the add edit custom code function, where you can put code. If you know a little bit of coding, you can use this. I don't normally use this. It used to work better, but I don't know why it started to not work for me anymore. I think it wasn't updated, or the web developers didn't develop this function. And then this is a grid, which can be very handy to use if you like to work with grids. So basically, if you click twice and you click this, it comes up. If you click twice and you want it to go away, you just click this again and it goes away. Okay, but before I go on into the advanced, I wanted to show you, the first menu, which is brought up by one click. So I'm just going to go through this very quickly. So this is to add a new text object. So if you click that one time, you get a text box. And then you get a horizontal menu and a vertical menu. So I'll just walk through each of these functions again really quickly. So this one is to change the background color of this, so it's yellow. So when I click that, this color wheel shows up, and you can just adjust your color based on what you like. You can move this circle, and you can also move this circle. So I will make a green one, since We are in cultural diversity class. I don't know. I like green. You see, there's a little arrow that hovers whenever I go over this red line, and here as well, and here, and then this goes in the corner. If I do it like this, I can change the size of the shape. And because this is a text box, I can also go in there and type whatever I want. So, this button here changes the size of the font. And if I say, you know what, I don't like this color, I want to remove it, this is the button that makes the box disappear. The color disappear. So, I'm going to make it smaller. This button here is to change the color of the font. And this button here is to change the font. So if you just keep on scrolling or clicking through, you will get different fonts. Let's say I like this one. No, I don't like that one. This one. And then this one is to change the style. So you can have italic bold, regular, bold, italic, and so on. So this one changes the style. And then this one, this changes the height of the line where you want it to start. But also if you have, let's say 2 lines, this also changes that too. Oh yeah, and if it disappears, no worries, you just click back on it and it comes up. And this button changes the spacing, so you can align it however you like. Oops, disappeared. So again, click it and it comes back up. And this button here adjusts the spaces in between the words. And this one here, oh, it's the same. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you don't like it and you say, oh shit, I want to, you know, reverse, you just click this and it goes back. And this one also. And this one also, actually. So you can always, oh wow, look, you can always go back to how you had it before. I kind of knew that, but I forgot about that function. Good to know. Okay, so this one is to align it. You can't probably see it very well. I'll make the box bigger so you can see it. This one is, left aligned, right aligned, left aligned, center aligned, or right aligned. And this one is to have padding. So what that means is, for some of you who might not know what padding means, it means a border around the text box. So, oops, sorry. Wow. This means to give it, some space around the text box. Wow, pretty. Okay. This button here is to clone the object, so you can duplicate it like this. And if you say I don't like all these objects, you can also delete it by clicking on this one here, which is to get rid of it. I might get rid of this one. Okay, and then this one here is the transparency, so you can make it also 50%, and you can also wait, I'm gonna change color so you can see a bit better. Oops. So you can make it transparent. And what this does is to bring it back and forth from the layers. So I'm not sure if you can see very clearly, but maybe if I make this into a different color, you can see this a bit better. Or maybe I turn it off transparency. So, you see, if you do that, it takes it backwards or forwards. So you can also do layers, you can also do transparency. And then this one is to flip the object. So basically you can, inverse it and flip it. This one I will skip for now because it's a little bit more complex. I will come back to it. This one also. This one is interesting if you want to make a menu, for example. So I'm just going to delete this one for now. If you make a menu, so let's go back to this button here to make an object, a text object, and you say home. And you want to make this exercise 1, for example. So basically this button here is good for menus. So if you want to have this thing appear on all your pages throughout your site, this is a button that you click. So it makes it appear exactly in the same spot for all your pages in this bigger website. So this is what this button is for. This button is to lock the object. As I said, with Hotglue, there's very limited up or Z. So if you lock it, you can't accidentally move it. And there are many times when I've been working on it, and for example, if the objects are so close, I accidentally click on this one instead of this one, and then I move it, and then I'm like, shit, I can't reverse that action because it doesn't really have up or Z. Then you get really annoyed. Which is the reason why this button is very handy, because then you lock it and then it doesn't move. And if you want to move it again, you just click it, and then that unlocks the object. So that's what that button does. Sorry, I'll just do that, keeps on bouncing back and forth. So I can unlock it, and then it becomes movable and free again. So that's what that button does. And the last button, as you know, it is a delete object. So you can get rid of it like so. So back to our main menu again. So we went through everything with this one. And this is to upload a file. This next button is where you can upload an image. My tip for you is to resize an image to exactly the size you want before you upload it onto Hotglue, because it is a free service, there's a limited amount of MBs, and the more kind of exact it is, so that you don't have to edit the size, the better that it's going to be for you in terms of space capacity. Of course, you can also resize it, but it is just taking up extra space that you don't that you could use. So I wouldn't recommend you resizing it. See, but of course you can do it in here. Which is this the way I've done it is really not smart, because it's not to scale. So if you don't like it, you can click this one and you resets the size. So what you want to do is make sure you get this diagonal arrow, and then oh sorry, no, you have to press shift. So even that doesn't work. So regardless of using this arrow or the vertical arrow or the diagonal arrow, it doesn't matter. All you need to do is press shift if you want the same ratio as the original image. which is a similar idea to, you know, like functions in Adobe and these bigger programs. So, okay, I will walk through this menu and this menu as well. This one is basically a toggle tile image. So, of course, it resets it to the original size. So this is basically showing you a repetitive. If you press this one, it repeats the image and it tiles it for you. So this is maybe not the best image to use because it's so big. I'm gonna remove this one and upload a smaller file so you can maybe see. I'll use this one because it's a GIF, and you can also upload GIFs in here. See, there we go. So again, if we click this, it tiles it for you. Of course, if you just want to have horizontal tiling, you can just click that and not drag that down. Wow, so pretty. Okay. This one. This adjust image selection. What does that mean? Adjust. Ah, yeah, so you can, of course, move it around. So basically, all you need to do is click and drag. And then if you like it, you let go. And then you have that image, that frame. I'm going to do it like this. And for some reason, if you've lost the image and you want this image, you can click this button and it downloads the original image. So you can retrace it back. So, but I don't like this. I've decided I don't like the toggle, so I'm going to turn it off. So, oh yeah, and it's kind of strange because it's somewhere there. So what you can do is click on this again. And, oh, it brings it back to the frame because I guess it reshapes it to the frame, but I don't like that. So I'm going to click on this button and then it resets it completely. So we have this vertical menu, which is more or less the same menu as in the text box. This one copies it. This one changes the transparency as with the text box. I'll just do it here so you can see better. This one is the layers as with the text box. I'm just going to set that to 100% again so you can see. Oops. Like that. Again, if I want this image to appear on all the various pages, I can click this. This is to lock it, and this is to make it go away, delete it. So that's what that button does. It's pretty straightforward. So one click again, and I come back to the main menu. I will just show you this function. This means that you can embed a whole nother website into your website. Let's say I want to do what website do I want to do? This website. I just basically copy here the URL. I go back to my website, and then this is lost, so I click this back again, and then I just paste it in here. I say OK, and there you go. So this is embedding another website in your own website. I don't use this function very often, but it could be funny if you want to I don't know, play around with stuff. So the downside of this function is that you have to stretch it. You have to make the frame so you could see it. Otherwise, it's kind of quite impossible to navigate it. So one thing I also recommend is, like, you're in your edit mode now, but I would open up another mode where you have the viewing mode. So then you can also see what you're doing better. So here is the working mode. Now this is behind this, so we can't see. So I'm going to do it like this. And this is the preview mode. So this is the mode where you can see what you've actually done. And you can see in here that there is I don't know what this thing is called, but you can go through the website like this. A slideshow, no, a slide bar, sorry, oh my god. So that's what that function does. Personally, I don't like this and I don't use this very often, but it's up to you to use it however you like. So I'm back into my edit mode. So I have a viewing mode and an edit mode, and it's always good to have these two modes next to each other so you have a bit more control. So I'm gonna delete that because I just find it irritating. Anyway, back to the menu. This one, the last of this first menu, is very interesting, and it's something that you will use in your assignment that I will give you. So this one is to embed a YouTube or Vimeo video. So when you click that, this window pops up, and you basically go to a URL that you that your video is on, and then you place it in here. So let's go to YouTube. Oops. And we go to a video that we like. Get the URL. Go back to the edit mode. Click it again. Sorry, oops. And you paste it in this browser and you say OK. And there you go. You have the video. This little hand here is what you can click to get this menu, which is again similar to the other ones, at least the vertical side, and then you have two new functions here. So I'm just gonna move this around so I can show you a bit better. So what does this one do? This is automatic playback of video. So this means it continues playing. There's a loop, and this is to turn the looping. Oh, sorry. This is the looping, and this is the automatic playback. So I don't really know what the difference is, but you can play around with it, I'm sure. So, like the other objects, the text or the image, you can also clone it. You can also, as you can see, you can also do the transparency. You can also change the layer and all sorts of things, like the same as the other few objects. So one thing that that is also possible is this. Resize it. Oops. And one thing about the video is it's a little bit annoying to move around, so you have to be very careful. So even if you've dropped it, like when you click it, normally it means that you've dropped an object, but it doesn't always work with this video function. It's a little bit glitchy. See, I'm trying to get out of it so I can like drop it, but it doesn't let me drop it, and whenever I move my mouse it seems to move with it. So how do I do this? How do I solve this issue? What I do is I basically refresh, and then that usually drops it. I don't, maybe you have another way, but that's how I do it. So that's what happens if you get into a bit of a tricky relationship with that button. Okay, so I'm gonna lock it. So I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna move on to the more advanced button, which can be brought up by clicking 2 clicks. I'm just gonna clean this up a bit because it's a bit messy. So again, I'm gonna unlock it, and I'm going to move it down here so it's out of my way. Okay, so this one is to change the background of the entire website. So I'm gonna make it green. Ooh. Again, bring it up by 2 clicks. This one is if you want to upload an image. If you don't like, if you want to have like your own image or something, and you think you would prefer that. Let's see. Let's do this one. Yay. So what you have here now is the background. But let's say you want to oh yeah, so what you have now is this button here changes the mode of how you interact with the background. So now this, you see the default is like basically the text is stuck to the background image and it moves together with it. And there is this button here. If you click that, it means that, oops, sorry. It means that the image is stuck, and then the text and the videos and the images on top of it moves independently. So this, if you click that again, it moves together. If you click that, it moves separately. So it's independently moving from each other. And if you say, no, actually, I don't want any background because it's too messy and whatever, I prefer to have a blank or just a simple color background, this is the button you can click. Oh, sorry, no. This is another function. This one means, I'm going to show you this one. This one means that you can move your background and align it however you like. So again, I just click on that one and I drag. I click and I drag, and that's what you get. And yes, okay, so if you want to get rid of the background altogether, you double click it again and you click this one, which is to change the background color. And then you get this pop-up that says, do you want to clear the current background image? And you say, okay. And you do that and it's gone again. So that's the background. This one is to list all the pages. So right now we just have a start page. But when you make more pages, it will add here. So and then when you go back, you're in regular mode. So you want to go back into the edit mode. So make sure you type in edit. So we're back in edit mode. This is to go back in time. So you see, if you go back in time, you see, okay, this is how it looked like before. And then before that, there was nothing. So you can go forward and forward. And if you say I prefer this one, you just click revert, which means that you'll use this version as the current version. Okay, I click it, then I have this version again before I changed it. This is the code function that I mentioned. It doesn't always work. I think there are tutorials for it. I'm not able to explain it to you because I used it one time and it didn't work for me. So I'm just gonna skip this one. This one I already showed you. It's the grid. So if you click it and you drag it, you can also adjust it according to how you like. And to get rid of it, again, you just get back to that menu, click on it, and it disappears. So that's that. This one is to change the page title. So at the moment, it just says start. But we can also say home or whatever. House. Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, nothing. Oh, it's a title. I don't know. I don't understand that one. Anyway. Oh, this is to change the URL. I think this makes more sense once you make pages, which I will show you how to do now. So this is the page that's important. This is a page that we can call, let's say, exercise 1. Say, okay. This is a new page. And I'm just gonna make here a title so it becomes clearer when we work on our sites. Exercise 1. And I'm just gonna open up another tab so we can see our home page that we worked on, which is this one. So now we have a new page called exercise 1, and we want to link this page to this page. So I will show you how to do this. First, I'm gonna make a menu for it. Exercise 1. And I want to turn this into a button. So the way to do this is when we come to this menu here. So this becomes make the object a link. So then this is what turns it into a hyperlink. So I'm going to go in here and then also I'm going to copy this. Make sure not to copy the edit because you don't want the link to be an edit link. You want it to be just a regular link. So again, just copy this minus the edit, and if you accidentally copy this whole entire thing, just remember to, oops, it's gone again. Just remember to delete the edit, like get rid of it. Okay, so now this becomes a hyperlink. Again, let's go to our preview mode so we can see how it actually works. So here we see here, and then when you hover over this button, you see there you have a Mickey Mouse hand as opposed to a regular cursor. So this means that it's a hyperlink. So click on it, and we get to this page. Yay! So that's how you create pages and link pages, which is something that you'll probably be needing and using to organize your pages if you want to have pages. Of course, you can also do it in like the entire page itself, as some students have done, and I have done myself. But I can imagine some of you would like to create some structure through pages. So I have made a text box that says exercise 2, and let's say I want to create a second page, or third page rather, sorry. So I double click on this, and then I click this button and say I want to have this called exercise 2, and I say okay, and I get to a new page. Here you can see exercise 2, and I will now make something here just so it becomes clearer for me as I'm working and building this site. So I go back to my home page, which is somewhere here, and if it doesn't show up, it means that I have to go back here. Alright, so I'm back in my home page, and I want to link this exercise 2 page to my home page. So I will highlight and copy this part. Remember to leave out the edit. Click on this object, click on this menu, paste it in here. Oh, sorry, it's the wrong one. I copied the wrong one. It should be exercise 2. My apologies. This one. And then I click on this, and then I go like this. And then I say okay. I go to my preview page, and I can see that it's turned it into a hyperlink because, again, the Mickey Mouse hand has come up, so I click that. And there we go. And if you want to go back, because right now it's an empty page and there's no way of going back to the home page, you can do the same thing in reverse. So I'm gonna make a back button now. So in the same way as I made the other button, I will do back home or whatever, or home, however you want to call it. I am gonna make it like this. Okay. And I will turn it into a link. This is my home page. I say okay. And I will go into this in preview mode so I can see it function. And then I can see, oh yay, it takes me back home. So now I can go backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. And this one, let's say I want the same thing. You can make it again in the same way, but then there is an actual button for that. So you can go and, you know, get into edit mode and then do exactly the same thing again, but there is an easier way. So let me show you what I mean and how to do it. So if you click on this, there is this button. Remember when I explained it to you earlier on? This makes this object appear on all the different pages, so you don't have to constantly recreate the same button, unless you want to, of course. That's also possible, unless you want to have every page look differently. So once I click this button, I go into preview mode, this one, make sure I refresh, and I click this and I see, oh, it's also on home page, and then I go to exercise 2 and it's also on the exercise 2 page. So that is the handy part about having that menu of making it appear in all the different pages. So that's that. So now they're all interlinked. So you've made pages, you've made them connect through these buttons, and I'm gonna get rid of this. What else? Is there anything else I need to show you? Let's see. So let's say you want to make this the start page instead. This is what this button does. Oh, sorry, this one. So you say, okay, I want this one instead. So if you refresh and you get out of edit mode, sorry, how does that work? Oh yeah, so when you get, this is home page. So now you turn this into your main page instead. Oh shit, but now we've lost it. Oh no. So if you don't know what you've done, you can double click it and then you can go to your pages list and you say, oh, okay, actually I want to have my start page as my start page. So you can go back here and then you can click this. And hopefully this should turn the original page back to the start page. So let's see if that did anything. Yes. So now we have back to the start page. So that's how that works. I think that's more or less it for the functions. Of course, I'm sure that there are other things that I'm missing out, and in that case, if you go back to the Hotglue website that I showed earlier on, there is a place, there is a site here, there is a page here of all the various tutorials that you can follow, including the basic menus to more advanced ones, to converting audio and video to this OGG format, which is I think open source. So you can of course follow these yourself, and if you get stuck, I think there is also a forum here that you can check, and in this forum you can ask questions, and you can like log in and make an account, and you can of course ask some questions, and maybe there's already questions that somebody else has asked, and then you can just read and see how to fix it yourself. So here is like a community for you to get involved with if there are any problems. I think that's more or less it. If you have any questions, of course, we're gonna follow them up with a live video teaching session. But for now, that is it. I wish you the best of luck. I'm just gonna make sure you can see me as I say goodbye. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy it. I think it's really fun. It's really transformational. It really changed my life. I hope it does the same for you. See you soon.